Imagine planning the biggest, most complicated surprise party in human history. You've invited 156,000 of your closest friends, packed 11,000 airplanes, and lined up nearly 7,000 ships. Now imagine you have to postpone it because of a bit of rain. That was General Dwight D. Eisenhower's life. The original plan for Operation Overlord was June 5, 1944. But the English Channel has notoriously terrible weather and a massive storm rolled in. Eisenhower's chief meteorologist spotted a tiny 24-hour break in the storm. It was a massive gamble. Go now in terrible conditions or wait 2 weeks for the tides to align again, giving the Germans 2 weeks to accidentally look out a window and notice the millions of soldiers hanging out in southern England. Eisenhower gave the shortest, most famous green light in history. Okay, let's go. And just like that, June 6, 1944 became D-Day. The airborne drop. The invasion didn't start on the beaches. It started in total darkness, just past midnight. Over 24,000 American, British, and Canadian paratroopers jumped out of planes straight into occupied France. Now, if you've ever played a military video game, you know airdrops are clean. In real life, it was pure chaos. Cloud cover and heavy anti-aircraft fire scattered the pilots. Paratroopers landed miles away from their targets. Some landed in swamps, some landed in backyards, and one poor American named John Steele famously got his parachute caught on the church steeple in Sainte-Mère-Église. He had to pretend to be dead for hours while a battle raged below him. Talk about an awkward first day on the job. But here's the plot twist. This chaos actually brilliant. Because the Allies were scattered everywhere, the German high command panicked. They had absolutely no idea where the real attack was coming from. Meanwhile, what was Adolf Hitler doing during the biggest invasion in history? Sleeping. He had taken a sleeping pill, and his staff was too terrified to wake him up. Valuable hours were lost because nobody wanted to be the guy to ruin the Führer's beauty sleep. 6:30 in the morning, hitting the beaches. By 6:30 in the morning, the sun was up and the main event began. The Allies targeted a 50-mile stretch of Normandy across 5 code-named beaches. Let's break down how that went, from west to east. Utah Beach. The Americans landed 2,000 yards off target due to strong currents. But Brigadier General Theodore Roosevelt Jr., son of the former president armed with a cane and a pistol, basically said, "We're starting the war from right here." They cleared the beach with relatively low casualties. Omaha Beach. This was the nightmare sector. The German defenses were brutal, the naval bombardment missed its targets, and troops were pinned down by heavy machine gun fire. For hours, it looked like a total disaster. It took raw, ground-level heroism from soldiers refusing to quit to finally punch through the bluffs. Gold and sword beaches, the British brought secret weapons, literally. They invented custom tanks called Hobart's Funnies, including tanks with massive spinning chains to explode landmines and swimming tanks. They successfully cleared their sectors and started moving inland. Juno Beach. The Canadians faced intense resistance and a reef that wrecked their landing craft, but they ran straight into the teeth of the defenses. By the end of the day, they had actually pushed further inland than any other Allied group. By the time the sun went down on June 6, 1944, the world had completely shifted. The Allies hadn't captured all their primary goals, and the cost was devastating, over 10,000 Allied casualties. But against all odds, the Atlantic Wall had cracked. 156,000 troops were now on French soil. Hitler finally woke up, by the way. He reportedly thought it was good news because he believed the German army would easily destroy the Allies on the beach. Spoiler alert, they didn't. D-Day was the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. It proved that with enough cooperation, determination, and a healthy dose of chaotic luck, even the most impenetrable fortresses can fall. It was 24 hours that changed the map forever, executed by a generation of teenagers and young adults who did the impossible. Thanks for watching. If you want to dive deeper into history's craziest moments, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and let me know in the comments which D-Day story surprised you the most. See you next time.